Hello everybody! How are you? My name is Eleftheria and this is going to be our third review. Today we are going to review two things. The first one is going to be a personal website portfolio, and the second one is going to be like a project for an upcoming product. I would like to thank very much Rajitha, and I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing your name wrong, as he was kind enough and he sent me these two links that we are going to see today. In the description box I have all the details that you may need, such as a form that you can fill if you want me to do a review on your website. It can be either something very simple or something more complicated, it doesn't matter. Feedback is always good and it helps both you and me in getting better at details and of course in other things as well. Alright, if you think that this is going to be an interesting video, then please don't forget also to subscribe to my YouTube channel. It means a lot. Okay, and let's get started. So, we have here the first thing, which, as I said, is the personal portfolio of Rajitha. And as you can see, it's pretty simple. I like it. I like simple things. I like black and white. But I have to add a couple of more things that I would prefer to be a little bit different. One of those things is that I can see here this black thing. I'm not yet sure if this is because this middle thing is an image, so the image were square, so the other things are black, but I know that I would prefer to have something like full length. Now the other thing is that I can see like here 5 probably images, so it's going to be also links for social media. But I would prefer them to also have an alt tag. Okay, I didn't want to do that, which is the GitHub. Now that thing shouldn't happen. I should have clicked here and it should have opened a different page. This is a good UX. Like if I did like this, open a new tab, like you want something like that, alright? And not just clicking, because if I click here, this means that I'm going to leave your website. You don't want the user to leave the website, so just use here a window blank to open a separately website. And yeah, and the other thing that I was saying is that I want here, like these images, to have an alt tag. Also, this is something simple. So if someone doesn't know what is dev or what is this or what is this or what is that, then very simple, he can just see it or he can read it. Alright, so this is also something simple. Now here it also says visit my blog. First thing, if the background is black and the colors is blue, then it's not really visible. I would prefer that to be white. Like if this is white, then it's a lot more visible for the user. Now if I click here, I am in something completely different, and if you notice, I just click and it should have opened a different website, but I'm still in the same thing. So now I have blogged by and the name and the total views. I like that. And here I have like or the articles. I really like the structure. Now one thing that I would prefer to be a little bit different is that I have here the read more. I like the button, but this is how it is when I hover it on the bottom. If I am like that, then I have the gray background. Excuse me for that. I have the gray background, but again the blue letters are not really visible. So again, I think that I would like something different here, okay? If I click on read more, then I have the gray background with the white letters. I like that, and something that I really like is that you have used big letters, whereas in other websites the letters are pretty small. A suggestion here is to not use red, because yes, red, it means that you have something important to say, and I'm not really sure if this is that important that you have to use red. And the other thing is that this gray doesn't look very good with this red. So maybe change the background color here. Maybe you can use something really dark, not black, but something similar to black, and then you can keep both the white, the almost red, and the almost pink color. And the pink color is something that I like. I like the structure also here. I like that it's simple, and I like that you're using emojis. Emojis is something new that gets the user. And also I can see that the structure here for the comments are really nice. So you did a good job there. If I click on home, I would expect to go back to the blog, but I'm not going back to the blog. I'm going back to the website, and this is also a bit confusing, but it's okay. Another big thing that I'm missing here, since this is your personal portfolio, is that I cannot see the About Me section. Yes, you have the GitHub, but you could have added some more things about you. And again, I like minimal things, but this is like in a different level of minimalism. You don't have anything about yourself. Like, for example, I would like to know if you are a front-end developer, a back-end developer, from like where are you from, or what are your hobbies, or like things like that. And the other thing that I'm missing is your projects. Because this is your portfolio, I think that your projects should be more visible. And yes, I get it, I can find your projects on GitHub, but I would also prefer to have your projects here, because this is your portfolio and you don't want the user to go away from your portfolio, alright? The third thing that I'm missing is some contact information. This is really, really important. I would love to have an email or something that I could easily contact you with. Again, you have the Twitter, but from Twitter, maybe I cannot contact you because maybe I don't have Twitter. So the other thing that I should do is go either on GitHub or either on Dev2 and find your email through that. But people or like hiring managers and HR people don't always have the time to do stuff like that. So my proposition here would be to also add some contact information. And now let's see how this thing looks in a mobile phone. Okay. Again, I can see that you have the hello, how are you doing, and your name. A small thing that I noticed here is that you have I and then the apostrophe and I am. So you could either delete the apostrophe here or delete the first letter, the A. Okay. I like how this is visible. I like the visibility of this thing, but another thing that I'm noticing here is that the black space that I could see in a bigger screen, I cannot see it now. Okay, I don't know if you want it like that or maybe not, but it's okay. This is in the center, whereas before it used to be here somewhere on the left. Okay, this is pretty cool. And my last thing that I would have to add, that you're also starting here with a capital letter, but you don't have a full stop here. So maybe also do this H with a small letter. If we rotate it, then here I can see a few things. Like the visit my blog isn't very good aligned with these 5 buttons here. Maybe this is something that you should also be more careful about. And maybe some people don't care that much about about smartphones, but actually we are in a technological field, so all of these more details are quite important. Alright, that's it with a personal portfolio. And now I think that we are ready to continue with another nice project that Rajitha has created. And we are talking about AirShare. This is actually a very, very nice idea. I wasn't familiar with that idea, but I will also leave this link in the description, as I said earlier, and you can check it out by yourself. Now we are here to do a review for the website, not for the product, but again, if you have some free time, go check this out. Okay, let's talk about AirShare. The first thing that I can see is that you have a login, a sign up, and a guest. The sign up isn't very well written. It should be either register or sign up, sign, and then another word up. So these are two different words. By just looking on these things, I don't know the difference between login and guest or sign up with guest. So maybe you could arrange them in a different way so I could easily understand what each of these things do. Now you have a new way of accessing your files without compromising your passwords, and you have to check it out. Let's go here to check that thing out. You have again the login, sign up, and guest. I'm already on sign up, so I would like to have this button with a different color or something like that, so I can very easily understand where I am, like the navigation system. In every field, you have enter, 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 but I think that the user is clever enough and he knows that he just have to enter something. So my proposition here would be to delete the words enter your and just keep the other things. Also, another thing is that I cannot sign up. I have to fill all these fields. But I am missing an asterisk or something like that it shows me that all these fields are mandatory. I think that this is a proposition that you should really think about. Okay, so my biggest two concerns here is that you have the enter your, that you don't need it, and that you should point somehow that all these fields are mandatory. Another thing that I would have to suggest is that because everything has a separate line, the only thing that I can see in the same line is the first name and last name. My suggestion here would be to also keep these two in different lines. Alright? Cool. And this is the sign up. Let's go to login to see the difference. Okay, in sign in, I can see that you have this image, whereas in sign up you didn't. You should add that due to consistency, and the user, if it's a first time user and he's going to sign up, he would like to know your logo. This is something that he will make him or her remember your project. You have the login to continue, which is not that necessary, and then you have enter your email and password. Again, like you could delete the words enter your and enter your. Then you have the forget password, which is something cool. Let's right click on that and let's see what we have here. Okay, forgot your password, don't worry, got you covered. Enter your email. You got the point here. And recover my account. Still not sure how to recover contact support. You could have a full stop here as well as here, and I noticed also that in some other things you don't have a full stop and you should have a full stop. Okay, at the bottom part I can see that you have contact us and privacy policy. Maybe if you had them in one line and not in two lines, it would be a little bit better, as the footer would be smaller and there is no particular reason for you to have them like that. If you had a lot of links, then you could have like 2 columns, but now you just have 2 of them, so you don't have to do it like that. Okay, and let's also go to guest. Here there is also a guest login with enter your email and send my one-time password. You know the drill by now. You can remove the enter your, and here the guest login is capitalized, whereas in the login it was not capitalized. Capitalized means that the first letter of each word is in capitals. And of course in sign up you don't have that at all. You have the sign up, but it's not the same thing. All right, let's go to the first page, which is like the same, okay? And I can see here that you have a light gray color. I like that, but the difference with maybe, let's say, the sign up page is that you have a white space here and only this one is gray. So again, you can see the difference. Either you could have it all as gray, or you could have it everywhere as gray on top on the header and then white below that. And you have an image here and some more information like why we are unique, share files instantly, secured with 2FA, and Drive is better. Now, I've already read these texts and I have like a couple of concerns here as well. The first thing is that this, when I hover on these titles, they are blue. When I hover on something, it means probably that I can click on that, but I cannot click on these things, like nothing will change. So this is a false alarm for the user. I would suggest you to remove that hover effect. The other thing here is that you are missing some full stops, or you have more full stops than you should. For example, as you can see here, you have a full stop and here you have a full stop, but here you are missing a full stop. And here, for example, you do have a full stop, but your letter isn't a capital one. Another thing here is like it says Drive is better. Using Drive is awesome, but not always reliable. So as you can see, just from this sentence, you're saying that Drive is better. Better from what? And then you also say Drive is awesome, but not reliable. So this is a bit confusing. Is Drive good? Is Drive awesome? But is it reliable? Like, I don't think that the user can easily understand what you mean here. And the user should understand quickly what you're saying here, because if you just like don't understand, he will go somewhere else. Okay. Also, again, notice here with the full stops, and you have to do like some work here. And the final thing that I would have to suggest you is to do something with the footer. You have, for example, here Find Us On, and you have GitHub, but GitHub is blue and it should be black. I can understand, because I am a developer, I can understand why it's blue. It is because it's a link and links are blue, but you should make this as black. And if the other person wants to hover it or click on it, then it could be blue. I don't mind with blue, but it shouldn't be like at first blue. And you have this Find Us On very top here, okay? That should go a little bit below. So add some margin or padding. You will find what's the correct way to do it. And now as for the left part right here, you have AirShare.inc and your logo. But one thing is black and the other thing it's white. And again, this is not good for the consistency. I would prefer to see these two things either on white or on black. Okay. We could also see how this website looks in a mobile phone, just very quickly. Okay, let's see it like that. Alright, a couple of things here are that you have this menu like that, but I would prefer to see something like a hamburger, something with, you know, the 3 lines. This looks more like the Google Drive style or the Chrome style. But I wouldn't, if you have like such a small menu, you don't need so much info here. I liked how these things look, so these are all cool. And again, very quickly, let's see it on landscape. It does look pretty good, and it does look pretty good over here as well. So All in all, it's a good website. Just keep in mind the things that we mentioned about full stops and some things about colors and hovering over buttons or titles. And I think that this will go very, very well. Now, for example, as you can see here, I cannot hover over this thing, but when the website was big, I could hover over that. So maybe notice like this kind of small details. Anyway, that was it for today's video. I hope that you guys enjoyed it and you did like it. Thank you very much, Rajesh, for your 2 websites. And people, don't forget to like this video, share it with your friends, and also subscribe to my YouTube channel. If you want to take part with your website as well, you can find in the description a link, and the only thing that you have to do is to share with me the URL and your name. Literally, like, that's it. Alright, have an awesome day and see you really, really soon with similar content. Keep coding, keep creating amazing stuff. Bye!